the transformative power of hope and community. In a small village surrounded by mountains, there lived a young man named Eli. Since childhood, Eli faced many challenges: the loss of his parents in an accident, the daily struggle for survival, and the sense of loneliness that accompanied him. To find solace, he began reading the Psalms, which his mother used to recite. One day, while walking through the forests around the village, Eli encountered a wise old man sitting on a stone with an open book in his lap. Curious, he approached and asked what he was reading. The wise man smiled and replied, "I am meditating on Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." These words touched Eli deeply. He sat beside the wise man and began sharing his sorrows. The sage listened attentively and then said, "The Lord is always by your side, even in the darkest hours. Remember that He is your guide and comfort." Inspired, Eli decided to write his own psalms, expressing his pain and hopes. He wrote about nature, the beauty of life, and the faith blossoming in his heart. Over time, his words began to resonate with others in the village. People gathered to hear Eli recite his psalms, and the community united around his message of faith and hope. One night, while the sky was starry, Eli remembered Psalm 46. "God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble." He realized that despite his struggles, he was never truly alone. He began helping others facing similar difficulties, encouraging them to express their feelings through poetry and music. The village, once marked by sadness, began to fill with joy and solidarity. Eli, now recognized as a spiritual leader, always reminded everyone of the importance of trusting God and seeking comfort in the Psalms. Years passed, and Eli became a wise man whose life reflected the truths he had learned. He not only found his purpose, but also helped many to find theirs. Through his psalms and the faith he shared, the village became a place of light and hope, where sacred words touched hearts and transformed lives. Thus, the message of the Psalms continued to resonate, reminding everyone that, even in adversity, there is always a path of love and faith. Eli, now a respected elder, continued to share his wisdom with new generations. He organized gatherings in the village square where everyone was invited to recite their own poems and psalms. Joy arose from the unity and love permeating every verse. Once, a young woman named Miriam stepped forward, visibly nervous. She spoke of her struggles and uncertainties, but as she recited an inspiring psalm, her voice began to gain strength. Eli encouraged her, and soon she was surrounded by warm applause. Eli realized that the beauty of the Psalms lay not only in their words, but in the power of connection they created among people. He then decided to compile a book of the community's works, celebrating their experiences and the strength they found in faith. When the book was launched, the village gathered for a grand celebration. Eli, moved, spoke about how each psalm was a testament to each person's journey. He highlighted that just as the Psalms offered comfort and hope, each person had the potential to impact another's life. Years passed, and the village became an example of solidarity and compassion. Eli's words echoed in every heart, showing that regardless of difficulties, faith and love always prevail. Thus, Eli's legacy and the essence of the Psalms continued to illuminate lives, proving that, even in the shadows, there is always a light to shine. The love that unites people is, ultimately, the greatest psalm one can live. Over time, Eli's book became a true masterpiece, not only in the village, but also in neighboring communities. It inspired many to write their own psalms, expressing their joys, sorrows, and hopes. Eli's words spread, and the village gained notoriety as a place of welcome and reflection. One day, a traveler named David arrived in the village. He was tired and lost, seeking a purpose. Upon hearing about the Psalms and the community celebration, he felt a spark of hope. David decided to stay and participate in the gatherings. During one of the meetings, David shared his story of struggle and disillusionment. He spoke about feeling disconnected from the world and faith. Eli listened attentively and suggested David write a psalm about his experiences. Hesitant, David agreed. The following week, David presented his psalm. With tears in his eyes, he recited words that spoke of pain, but also of a longing for redemption. The connection he felt with others during his recitation was transformative. The village not only embraced his words, but also welcomed him as a family member. Through the support of the community and the inspiration of the Psalms, David began to see his life from a new perspective. He started helping Eli with the writing workshops, and together they encouraged others to share their stories. The village, now more united than ever, became a beacon of hope. Years passed, and Eli, now elderly, saw his vision of a vibrant community come to fruition. With each gathering, new faces appeared, and the Psalms continued to bloom like flowers in a well-tended field. Through them, people of all ages learned that vulnerability brings strength, and that sharing experiences unites even more. In his final gathering, Eli addressed everyone with a serene smile. He spoke about the importance of recognizing that, even in times of despair, the beauty of life lies in the connections we make. Each psalm is a reflection of our souls, he said, and each of you is a light in this world.